I know exactly what you're asking. Is he really golfing with just one arm? The answer is yes, but he's not just the one-arm golfer. He is the one-arm archer, pickleballer, scuba diver, and cyclist. 13 years ago, he was pronounced dead at the scene of a motorcycle accident and spent 2 months in a coma. Meet Gabriel George, U.S. Navy veteran, Invictus Games Team USA adaptive athlete, and Zellner Foundation Ambassador of Goodwill.
My accident was April 1st, 2008, right here in Jacksonville, Florida. And it took me close to 10 years for this recovery process, from the initial accident until moving out of state, working with different doctors and different therapies, to the acceptance of what this injury was, what it's done to me, realizing, okay, then your arm is paralyzed, it's not getting better, to the process of, all right, now what's next? What can I do? I have a child at home I got to raise. If you have kids, you understand. Kids want to play. Kids want to go outside. They want to do things, and I can't limit her to that. I remember one year, she was around 3 years old, 3 to 5 years, I want to say 3 years old, and she had wanted to go to the park. We'd been in the apartment all day long, and she's like, Daddy, can we go outside? Can we go outside? And I think it was a snow day too, and I was hurting bad, and I just couldn't. I was like, no. She did one of these kid things. She's like, can we go? Can we go? Can we go? And finally, I snapped, and I said, no. I just screamed at her. And she turned to like a ghost look, because she had never heard me scream. Like, I had never screamed at her like that. All I did was say no, didn't cuss it, it just got loud. And to see her look like that, it scared me. So I grabbed her immediately. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Then I was like, all right, God, I got to do something about this pain, because I can't let it control me, and I can't let it stop her life, because she was she is still like that's my motivation. When seeing her, she pushed me to do everything. She's the one that, she didn't see the pain or didn't see me at a paralyzed arm, didn't look at me crazy, didn't look at me different. Like, I had people that I go places and they're like, what's wrong? And I had all that. But this is my daughter. All she knew with me was being me. So now it's like, okay, what are you going to do? Because you have to be able to go out. You have to live for her. You have to live not just for myself, because I have to teach her stuff. I have to show her things. I got to show her life. And one of the biggest things is, like, I can't show her anger. I can't show her madness at anybody or at anything just because I'm hurting. I can't take my problems out because she's watching everything that I do. And so that's what I put that in my mindset on how I was going to live and everything. Whew, when it came to amputation, I remember one of my first initial doctors, she was a Navy doctor, when she was doing her little test of poking it with different pins to see if I had any feeling and all that, and wasn't getting back. And this was maybe 2-3 months after my accident. She was like, okay, maybe you should consider amputation. My first response to her was, you cut yours off and I'll cut mine off. Because after 10 years had gone by, it was one of those things like, okay, look, if something ever miraculously happened and it got better, it's gonna take me another 10 years of learning how to reuse this arm, trying to teach this arm to do anything. And I was like, is that worth it? Especially at that time, my mindset had changed, because now I'm being active, I'm doing stuff. I'm not sitting at the house in pain all the time. I'm being active and in pain. But so it's like, take that time to stop doing everything that I'm doing and try to work on this one little part of my body, or use the rest of the body that I have and keep doing and keep living. Denied at least 10 times by multiple surgeons saying no. They thought I was just trying to get rid of it because of the pain. And it's like, if you cut it off, it's not going to stop the pain because it's a nerve injury. Then there was like, oh, the chance of infection, or you're going to be imbalanced and it's going to mess your life up. So they didn't want to do it. It wasn't until I found a doctor here in Jacksonville from JSO, who was a retired Army surgeon. We met, had like a 5-minute conversation. He was like, yeah, I got you. I understand now. I've told him, I was like, no, it wasn't for the pain. I've had spinal surgeries for the pain that didn't work, didn't help, done everything. So I wasn't trying to stop the pain. This time I was looking for a quality of life. I was wanting to move better. The nerve pain is all still there, but it was just that things I used to do, like when I get in the car, I grab my arm, put it in my lap and move out the way. I got in the car, I was sitting there, I'm grabbing something. I'm like, I remember the first day I was putting deodorant on under this arm, and I went to go put it in this arm. My daughter had walked in the bathroom. She said, Dad, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. It was just the habits that she was so used to doing. So, but it made me laugh about it. It was different things that changed that helped aid the process. Then for me to go scuba diving now, post-surgery, or go play pickleball, and I don't have this something swinging in the way. Like, it made these things better. And I didn't look back from it, because it was like a decision I chose to have, and I was like, it was one of the best decisions I made, because in this thing of spending a decade waiting on something, putting all your energy and efforts into this one part of your body, when you got a whole other body that's fighting, that's still alive, very much functional, it's like, all right, when is you gonna make the switch? I was watching people shoot and watching, I'm like, oh, that's something cool, but I can't do that because I only got one arm and like this doesn't work. And it was one of the coaches there at the time, his name Joe Bailey. And he was watching people, he saw me say, I think he heard me say that. He's like, hold on, come here. He reached in his pocket and pulled out a little string. I keep that string with me to this day. This little red string right here. I keep it on my keychain. And he wrapped it around the bow on the D-loop and he said, bite down on this and pull. And I was like, okay, but this is before COVID, so I wasn't worried about putting something that some strange man just gave me. I put it in my mouth like that, and I bit down and I pulled the bow back, and when that arrow hit the target, and just like lights went off on me. From that day, then to the other events they took us, had introduced me to sailing, they introduced me to cycling and some other events there, and it's just like things was waking up to me. It's like I can do something. I can still do something. There's so much I can do. And from then, like that week, I went home, and right after that, I went to the archery shop, bought my first bow. I started cycling. I signed up for everything I could possibly think of, from like any kind of body. If you offering it and you saying you want to help, you want to do it, I signed up for it. And I started getting addicted from signing up to doing sports and stuff. I started doing volunteer stuff from different organizations because like I want to be outside. I want to be like a part of the community again. I want to help. I started feeling like myself again. Like before my accident, I was never at home. I was always out in the community doing something for other people, volunteering, either whether churches or organizations. It was me. And now, but for after the accident, I spent like almost 10 years in the house, locked up by myself in pain, trying to suffer, not feeling like I'm not helpful, not useful, and being taken advantage of over and over. So now you give me a chance to be me again, and it's like it's a rocket went off pretty much, and I wanted to do everything as much as I can, because then I'm like, now that I'm doing this, my daughter's watching me do these things, and she's smiling, she's happy that I'm happy. I'm not mad anymore. I can't go outside. I can't do this because now it's like, okay, what you want to do? What can I say about the Zellner Foundation? I remember the first day we met, the way we were supposed to have met at the clinic that I came late to, but like everything happens for a reason. Like I don't doubt, like it's the Zellner Foundation. They say that they're this organization that helps military vets and to introduce golfing for therapy and help them get a job, but they're way more than that. Between you and Jeff, it's really a family. To me personally, it's been a family. It's true support. Not in the way of saying, yeah, we support vets with a sticker and a thank you for your service. This is a phone call that checks in, hey, are you good? Or what, not just what I'm doing with golf, or what am I doing outside of golf? Life. Yeah, they help job, but me, somebody that can't quote unquote get a job. We figure out how can we help you do something for yourself, pretty much. How can we help you? Because like if they see me going through things with other people, if they watch it, but they've been there, like for real. They offer support that when nobody else is doing nothing, they're supposed to, like, you've been there, you're there, and you can't speak on that because it's real. It's something it's tangible. It's right here, and I'm right here because of that. Because I don't talk about people. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Because life has been, as you know, life has been rough, and it's always rough. It gets rougher, but I put a smile on my face because I know there's somebody else who's going to be like, okay, they're glad when I just show up. So when I can get that from them, that fulfills me, that they know nobody's not asking me and begging me for something that I don't even have, but they're just my presence makes a difference, not for them, but for others, and that gives me a chance to, like I said, be me, and I love that. My future for right now, from the one-armed archer aspect or the go with Gabe, whichever one, I want to increase those more, and go with Gabe in a sense is more of me doing things with veterans or people. Even bigger just than people with veterans, but people with disabilities, injuries, just people that need that help, that inspiration, motivation to live. To just people, I used to say I motivate and inspire overcomers. To me, overcomers are people that have gone through any types of trauma, whether it be physically, mentally, or that's whatever life, and you still are trying to find that purpose, or still trying to find that enjoyment in life. And I like encouraging others and showing others that life is for the living, that we're here for that, and there's so much to do. So for me, my next big projects, we have the Invictus Games, which is hopefully coming up here in April-ish, May. Yeah, that's going to be in the Netherlands this year. I'm on Team USA. Shooting archery, doing seated volleyball, swimming, and rowing. So there's a lot of training, getting ready for that. I'm hosting pickleball clinics across the country because I'm a licensed coach now to teach pickleball. That's one of my fun sports that I get to play. And like I like doing things that are adaptive and rehabilitative to veterans, because that's a community that I'm come from that means a lot to me. So I know the struggle, I know personally, But I love to be a helping hand that I can show light and help build bridges that we can continue to enjoy life versus some of the traumas and stuff that you already deal with daily. So whatever I can do to keep creating paths, and this year's gonna be full of events of travel and living. A lot of golf coming up too. I got the opens and some stuff coming. I got some goals that I'm setting up for that. So, but we're gonna have fun with it.